Ever had someone completely underestimate you just because you're not out there screaming for attention? That's the thing about Sigma women. They don't need to prove anything, yet their power is undeniable. But there are some things that they just keep to themselves. Things that, once you know them, will make you see her in a whole new light. Sigma women don't follow the crowd. They don't fit into the mold society tries to squeeze them into. They are not the life of the party, but they've got this quiet strength that honestly can be intimidating. In a world where everyone's loud, where we're taught to be seen and be heard, Sigma women do their own thing, and they're pretty damn good at it. But here's the truth. Because they move differently, they often get overlooked. People don't always see how powerful they really are. That's why today, I'm going to share some secrets every Sigma woman hides from men. And trust me, once they know these, they'll never look at you the same way. It's tough being a Sigma woman in today's world. Everyone expects women to be outgoing, talkative, and socially involved. If you're not playing the game the way people expect, it's easy for them to miss how strong and capable you actually are. But Sigma women don't need loud validation or a spotlight. They walk their own path, even if it means being misunderstood. So here's the real deal. These are the 8 secrets that Sigma women are keeping under wraps. 1. She doesn't chase approval. A Sigma woman doesn't care if you like her or not, and that's what makes her magnetic. She doesn't waste energy trying to win approval from others or seek constant validation. In a world where everyone's glued to their phones, posting photos for likes and hoping for compliments, she's different. You won't catch her fishing for attention on social media or trying to impress anyone in person. Her confidence comes from deep within, and it's a power that can't be shaken. When she walks into a room, she doesn't need to announce her presence or draw attention to herself. People notice her because of her calm, grounded energy, not because she's trying to be seen. She doesn't need to be the loudest or most outgoing person in the room to be heard. What makes her stand out is that she owns her space effortlessly. She's not here to prove anything to anyone. She's not concerned with fitting in or trying to meet anyone's expectations. She's not about the trends or the crowd's opinion. The Sigma woman knows who she is, and she's perfectly content with that. This sense of self-assurance is magnetic. People feel drawn to her because she gives off an energy that says, "I don't need your approval to be myself." She's not performing for an audience. She's just living her life, in her way, on her terms. And that is incredibly powerful. When a Sigma woman walks into a room, she's not trying to gain anyone's approval. She doesn't need to be the center of attention or fight for space in the crowd. She knows her worth without needing anyone else to validate it. It's a quiet power that others can't help but respect. She doesn't play the games people often play when they want attention or recognition. She's not asking for compliments or approval, and because of this, she becomes the type of woman that others admire without even knowing why. The truth is, her confidence doesn't rely on external sources. She's comfortable in her own skin, and that's the most attractive thing about her. She knows her value, and because of that, she doesn't settle for less than she deserves. Her self-worth doesn't fluctuate based on what others think of her, and that's something most people can't comprehend. They might try to figure her out, try to understand how she operates, but they won't ever fully grasp the depth of her self-assurance. She's not looking for anyone's permission to be herself, and that's what makes her unstoppable. She already knows she's enough, and no one can take that away from her. That's why she's so magnetic. She's unapologetically herself, and she doesn't need anyone else's approval to feel complete. If you're resonating with this, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps me know you want more content like this. Now, back to the point. 2. She's got her emotions in check. We've all been there. Emotions take over, and suddenly you're reacting instead of thinking. It's easy to get swept up in the moment, to let anger, frustration, or even excitement take control of how you respond. But not a Sigma woman. She has an incredible ability to keep her emotions in check, no matter what the situation is. She's not the type to get caught up in drama, to let her feelings dictate her actions, or to blow up at the smallest provocation. When the world around her is chaotic, She's the calm in the storm. Whether it's a tense work situation, a personal argument, or someone trying to push her buttons, she stays cool, calm, and collected. Her ability to control her reactions is a skill she's mastered over time, and it's something she uses to her advantage. She's not easily rattled by outside circumstances or the emotions of others. While everyone else might be losing their heads, she's taking a deep breath, assessing the situation, and deciding on the best course of action without letting her emotions cloud her judgment. It's not that she doesn't feel things, she absolutely does. But she's learned how to process her emotions in a healthy way without letting them control her. She doesn't let stress, fear, or anger determine how she handles challenges. Instead, she pauses, reflects, and responds thoughtfully. This ability to stay composed gives her an edge in situations where others might panic or act impulsively. It's like nothing can rattle her. When others are getting emotional, talking over each other, and reacting impulsively, the Sigma woman steps back and observes. She doesn't need to react right away. She takes her time. She knows that a calm response is far more effective than a rash one. Her strength lies in her ability to stay steady, to not get caught up in the drama that others create. It's this level of emotional control that makes her so grounded and unshakable. She doesn't feed into negativity, and she certainly doesn't let anyone else's emotional outbursts dictate her mood or behavior. While others might be giving in to frustration or making poor decisions based on how they feel in the moment, the Sigma woman is able to think clearly, weigh her options, and take action when it's needed. She doesn't let anyone push her buttons, and she doesn't let herself be dragged into unnecessary conflict. Her emotional intelligence is high, and it's one of the key reasons why people trust her judgment and turn to her for guidance. She's not afraid to express how she feels, but she does so in a way that's calm, rational, and respectful. 3. Her circle is small, but solid Sigma women don't need a million friends. She's not the type to collect people just for the sake of having a full social calendar. She doesn't seek out superficial connections or fill her life with shallow relationships that don't add value. Unlike others who may surround themselves with a large group to feel validated or important, the Sigma woman knows that not every person who comes into her life is worth her time or energy. She's learned that not all friendships are created equal, and she's completely fine with having a small, tight-knit group of people who truly understand her. For her, it's about depth, not numbers. She's not here for fake smiles or forced small talk. She's not interested in pretending to be someone she's not or maintaining relationships that don't align with her values. Her time and energy are precious, and she's extremely selective about who she shares them with. She's not concerned with fitting into any social scene or keeping up with the latest trends in friendship. If someone doesn't get her, doesn't value her, or doesn't respect her boundaries, she'll simply distance herself and move on without hesitation. It's not that she doesn't like people, she does. If you're loving this breakdown, make sure to comment below and share your thoughts on emotional control. So she just doesn't waste her time on anyone who doesn't truly resonate with her on a deeper level. She surrounds herself with people who understand her need for space, respect her independence, and support her dreams. These people aren't trying to change her or mold her into something she's not. They see her for who she really is, and they appreciate her for all of her complexities. If you're in the Sigma woman's inner circle, you're golden. It's not easy to earn a spot, but once you're in, you're there for life. She values loyalty, authenticity, and mutual respect above all else. You don't have to be constantly in touch or be glued to each other's sides for her to know you're someone worth keeping around. It's the quality of the connection that matters, not the quantity of time spent together. She doesn't need constant validation or attention from others to feel secure in herself. Her inner circle is small, but it's filled with people who bring out the best in her. If you're not in that circle, she's completely cool with walking alone. She doesn't feel lonely or incomplete. She knows that she's enough on her own and that she doesn't need to be surrounded by a crowd to feel fulfilled. Quality always wins over quantity. Whether it's friends, relationships, or acquaintances, she values meaningful connections that enhance her life, not drain it. She knows that fewer but stronger connections are far more valuable than a whole bunch of fleeting ones. 4. She's a silent observer. Ever notice how Sigma women can walk into a room and know exactly what's going on, even though they barely say a word? It's almost like they have a sixth sense. While others are caught up in conversation or distracted by the obvious, the Sigma woman is quietly taking everything in. She's not looking for drama or trying to steal the spotlight. She's simply observing. She's paying attention to everything: the way people speak, the way they move, the subtle shifts in their tone, and the looks they give each other. Nothing escapes her notice. She's attuned to the small, often overlooked details that others miss. The way someone avoids eye contact, the slight hesitation before answering a question, or the underlying tension in a conversation. These are the things that give her insight into what's really happening. And it's not to judge, but to understand. She doesn't look at people through a lens of criticism or assumptions. Instead, she's processing information in a way that helps her make sense of the situation, figure out people's true intentions, and decide how to act accordingly. For her, being a silent observer isn't about sitting back and judging others. It's about being aware, staying grounded, and staying ahead. Her ability to read the room is a powerful tool. She knows how to sense the energy in a space, whether it's light and easygoing or tense and uncomfortable. She can tell if someone is genuinely interested in what's being said, or if they're just putting on a show. She notices when someone is being authentic versus when they're trying to manipulate the situation. This awareness allows her to respond thoughtfully, rather than react impulsively. She doesn't rush into things. Instead, she takes her time to process everything around her. This makes her a great listener and a steady presence. She's not quick to offer opinions or solutions, because she knows that sometimes the best response is silence. She'll wait until she fully understands the situation, then decide how to move forward in the most effective way. Her ability to observe everything without needing to speak is her secret weapon. While others are busy making noise, trying to get noticed, the Sigma woman is quietly gathering the information she needs to navigate any situation. She's not one to show her cards or reveal too much about what she's thinking. She doesn't need to. The way she observes the world around her gives her all the power she needs to act with precision and purpose. And that's what makes her so compelling, because she's always 5 steps ahead, and she doesn't have to say a word to prove it. 5. She's fine being alone. While some people panic about being by themselves, Sigma women embrace it. To them, solitude isn't a curse or something to be avoided. It's a gift. They don't feel the need to be surrounded by people constantly, nor do they crave company just for the sake of passing the time. Instead, they cherish their alone time, knowing that it's essential for their mental and emotional well-being. In a world that's always moving, always buzzing, always filled with noise and distractions, the Sigma woman finds peace in quiet moments. This time alone is when she truly recharges. She's not the type to go out seeking validation or socializing just to fill a void. Instead, she finds strength in solitude. Whether it's a quiet afternoon at home, a solo walk through the park, or just an evening spent with her own thoughts, she uses this time to reflect on her life, her goals, and her purpose. It's in these moments of solitude that she gets clarity on her next steps, her long-term vision, and how to achieve the things she truly wants. When others are relying on external sources to feel good about themselves, the Sigma woman understands that everything she needs to feel complete is already inside of her. Her alone time isn't spent in sadness or loneliness. It's a chance for self-discovery and personal growth. While many people find themselves uncomfortable when they have to be alone with their thoughts, the Sigma woman thrives in this space. She doesn't feel isolated. She feels empowered. She knows that in order to be her best self, she needs these moments of reflection, of getting centered, and of thinking deeply about what really matters to her. When she's alone, she's not simply passing time. She's learning about herself, growing emotionally and mentally, and becoming stronger. This is the space where she becomes unstoppable. She's able to break free from the noise of the outside world, focus on what's important, and move forward with clarity and purpose. For the Sigma woman, Being alone isn't about being lonely. It's about connecting with herself in a deeper, more meaningful way. She doesn't need constant interaction or social validation to feel secure in who she is. In fact, it's in these moments of solitude that she feels most at peace, most aligned with her true self. While others may feel restless or uneasy when they're by themselves, the Sigma woman sees it as an opportunity to grow, reflect, and become even more powerful. Being alone is her secret to staying centered and focused on her personal journey. If you're feeling inspired by these traits, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more. Now, let's talk about the next point. 6. She can read people like a book. Sigma women have this knack for understanding people without them saying much. It's like they can read the energy in the room, pick up on the unspoken words, and sense what someone is truly about, even when they're trying to hide it. While most people are distracted by what's being said, the Sigma woman is paying attention to the subtle details, the body language, the tone of voice, the little shifts in expression that reveal what's really going on. She's not just listening to the words, she's listening to everything that's happening beneath the surface. And it's not like she's trying to be nosy or intrusive. She just knows how to pay attention in a way that others often miss. She can spot someone's true intentions from miles away, even if they're pretending to be something they're not. She knows when someone is being genuine and when they're putting on a show. She can tell when someone is hiding something, whether it's a secret, an insecurity, or a hidden agenda. It's almost like she has an intuitive understanding of people. She doesn't need anyone to spell out their motives for her. She can feel it. And while others are busy playing games, pretending to be something they're not, or trying to manipulate situations for their benefit, the Sigma woman cuts straight to the chase. She doesn't waste time on small talk or pretend niceties. She sees through the surface-level stuff and gets straight to the heart of the matter. She's not interested in the drama or the power plays that other people get caught up in. She's about authenticity and real connections. It's not about being manipulative. It's about being aware. Sigma women don't use their ability to read people for personal gain or to control others. They simply use it to understand the world around them better. They know who to trust, who to avoid, and how to navigate tricky situations without getting tangled up in unnecessary complications. Her awareness allows her to protect herself from those who might try to take advantage of her. It helps her build stronger relationships because she knows how to connect with people on a deeper level. This awareness also helps her make smarter decisions. She's able to evaluate situations more quickly, understand what's at stake, and make choices that align with her best interests. While others might be caught off guard or manipulated by people around them, the Sigma woman is always one step ahead. She doesn't need to engage in power struggles because she's already figured out what's really going on. This ability to read people and situations with such clarity is one of her greatest strengths, and it's what allows her to move through life with confidence and control. 7. She's not impulsive. Whether it's a job, a relationship, or even a simple decision, Sigma women take their time. They don't rush into things just because others expect them to, or because the world around them is moving at a fast pace. Where others might feel pressure to act quickly or make snap judgments, the Sigma woman stays calm, collected, and thoughtful. She understands that not every opportunity needs to be seized immediately, and that sometimes taking a step back and allowing things to unfold at their own pace is the wisest choice. She doesn't get caught up in the fear of missing out or the anxiety of being left behind. While everyone else is rushing to make a decision or follow a trend, the Sigma woman stays grounded in her own rhythm. She doesn't feel the need to conform to society's expectations of speed or urgency. Instead, she gives herself the space to think things through carefully, weighing the pros and cons of each option, and taking into account all the possible outcomes. Whether it's a job offer that seems tempting or a new relationship that's developing quickly, she doesn't let the excitement or the pressure from others push her into making a hasty decision. She's not impulsive. She's not acting on emotion or making choices based on external influences. She trusts herself enough to know that making the best decision is more important than making a decision quickly. She knows that rushing through life only leads to regrets or choices that don't align with her true self. Instead, she gets her facts straight. She takes the time to gather the information she needs, analyze the situation from all angles, and make a decision that feels right for her. She's not afraid of missing out because she understands that every choice she makes should bring her closer to her goals and her values. Patience is part of her power. The Sigma woman knows that good things take time, and she's okay with waiting for the right opportunity to come along. She doesn't feel pressured to settle or act prematurely. Instead, she waits for clarity, knowing that the best things in life are worth the wait. This patience isn't passive, it's strategic. She understands that being patient gives her the ability to make choices from a place of confidence and control, not fear or uncertainty. It's a sign of inner strength, not weakness, because it shows that she's not swayed by outside influences or the chaos of the world around her. By taking her time, she builds a life that's authentic and true to her, and that's why her decisions are often the most powerful ones. 8. She'll walk away without hesitation, and this is where the real strength shows up. A Sigma woman doesn't settle. She's not the type to stick around in situations or relationships that no longer serve her, no matter how hard it may seem or how much time she's invested. Unlike others who might hang on to something that's not working out simply out of comfort, fear of change, or societal pressure, the Sigma woman knows her worth and understands that settling is never an option. If something isn't right, if it doesn't align with her values, or if it's holding her back, she'll leave. She's not afraid of the unknown, of walking away from something familiar. It doesn't matter if it's a toxic relationship, a dead-end job, or a friendship that's draining her energy. If it's not adding value to her life, she'll cut ties without a second thought. It's not about being cold or heartless. It's about protecting her peace and ensuring that she surrounds herself with things that empower her. She won't waste her time trying to fix something that's broken beyond repair, nor will she stay in a situation just because it's easier to stay than to leave. She knows that by walking away from what no longer serves her, she's making space for something better, something more aligned with who she is and where she's going, and she won't second-guess herself. Once she makes a decision to walk away, there's no looking back. There's no regret or wavering because she knows it's the right choice for her. She doesn't let guilt or fear hold her back from making a move that's in her best interest. She trusts her instincts and has the confidence to stand by her decisions. She doesn't need validation from others or external reassurance. She knows what she deserves and isn't afraid to walk away from anything less than that. This is what makes the Sigma woman so powerful, her ability to leave behind anything that no longer fits her journey. She's not afraid of the discomfort that comes with change because she understands that growth often requires leaving behind the old to make room for the new. It's a sign of self-respect, knowing when it's time to walk away, knowing that she can create the life she wants without settling for anything less than she deserves. This ability to walk away without hesitation is what gives her the strength to shape her own path and never compromise on her values. Imagine this. You're working hard on a project, putting in hours, trying to please your boss, your co-workers, everyone around you. You're doing all the right things, making sure everything is perfect, trying to get noticed for your effort, hoping that someone will finally recognize all the hard work you've been putting in. You're staying late, juggling tasks, meeting deadlines, and trying to prove that you deserve to be at the top. But then, there's this one woman in the office. She doesn't talk much, keeps to herself, and seems almost invisible to the naked eye. She's not loud, she's not seeking attention, and she certainly doesn't try to charm anyone, but somehow she's the one everyone respects. People look to her for advice. Her opinion carries weight. When things go wrong, it's her they turn to. When decisions need to be made, her input is sought after. And here's the kicker. She never had to try so hard to make it happen. She never had to chase approval or play politics to get people to notice her. She did it on her own terms, quietly, without fanfare. Her influence is undeniable, but she's never out there shouting for attention. People value her because they see her strength, her intelligence, and her ability to remain steady, even in the toughest situations. It's not about how much noise you make, it's about how solid and grounded you are in your presence. She's not caught up in the chaos of trying to impress others, and that's exactly what makes her stand out. Her power isn't in being seen or heard, it's in knowing her value and sticking to her own path, regardless of what others are doing. She doesn't feel the need to prove herself. Her worth is clear to those who matter, and while others might fight for attention or recognition, she's perfectly fine staying in the background, doing her work, and letting her results speak for themselves. The Sigma woman doesn't chase anything. She lets her quiet strength do the talking, and it gets her everything she needs. She knows her worth. She's not desperate for approval, but when people recognize her, it's because they see the value she brings, not because she asked for it. Her power is effortless, calm, and unshakable, and that's what makes her unstoppable. Being a Sigma woman isn't about being loud or seeking attention. It's about quietly owning your power, knowing your worth, and moving through life on your own terms. While the world often celebrates those who are vocal, outgoing, and constantly in the spotlight, Sigma women know that true power isn't always about being seen or heard. It's about being steady, centered, and confident in who you are. The secrets she hides aren't just for protection. They're part of what makes her unstoppable. Her ability to observe, to read people, to stay emotionally grounded, to stay patient, and to walk away when things no longer serve her, these aren't weaknesses or signs of passivity. They're signs of immense strength. She doesn't need to shout to be heard, and she doesn't need to chase after success or validation, because she knows it will come to her when she stays true to herself. Her quiet confidence, her ability to remain composed, and her focus on what truly matters are the reasons why she achieves success on her own terms. The Sigma woman doesn't play by the same rules others do, and that's what makes her different. She understands that power is more than just showing up. It's about being authentic and having the courage to walk away from anything that doesn't serve her. She understands that the best decisions come from a place of clarity, not haste, and that true happiness comes from within, not from the approval of others. If you recognize yourself in these qualities, then you're a Sigma woman. If you're someone who values independence, authenticity, and personal growth, then you're already on the path to becoming the best version of yourself. So, are you a Sigma woman? Or maybe you know one? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. I want to hear your stories. Tell me how you embrace your power in your own life and what makes you feel unstoppable. It's time to connect with other like-minded women who are walking their own paths, unapologetically and confidently. If you've been feeling inspired by this video and you want to learn more about how to step into your own power, don't miss my next video. Trust me, you're going to want to check it out. We'll dive even deeper into how to truly live on your own terms and never settle for less than you deserve. So don't miss it. Stay tuned and keep growing, because you've got this.